Hello, YouTube. Well, I've just woken up from a little nap. It's about 2:30 in the morning, so I'm going to have some tea to refresh myself so that I can spend the rest of the night just kind of working on projects and just enjoying the evening atmosphere. So I've chosen some red rime, which I've not reviewed yet. I did kind of do an unboxing and I've talked about it. So this is the amount that I've got left. We'll get into a little more detail when I get the camera flipped around. But the packaging is spectacular. It's very awesome. This is the 2008 pressing. And I'm looking forward to a nice warm cup of tea, actually several cups of tea. I think before the sun comes up I will have already had at least 2 or 3 nourishing cups. So yeah, it's just been a few days. I suppose I've been drinking coffee mostly, but I'm off work tomorrow and I was off today, so it's time. Here we go. So here's tonight's choice. It's the Red Rime by Menghai. I've already got it partially processed. So I have kind of been pinching around the edges. Here's also tonight's apple pie. So let's move over here in the light. And that beautiful relief of the Menghai company logo. I've just been dancing all around it, and then there's the identifier sheet. So it's not a counterfeit. In my travels online I found out that this is a company that is esteemed enough that it does have counterfeiters. But this is the legit stuff from my legit sourcing agent. So I'll just get to this portion in the middle, I guess, at the end. What I do is just kind of go around the disc, hacking off little bits. So we're going to start with quite a lot. I don't fully break the nugs down and directly into the pot. I found out through a little bit of research where I got this teapot and where you could get one too. This is from Adagio Tea Company, and I've been very happy with it. They had a number of different kind of shapes, and this one was the most appealing to me at the time. And it's it's just great overall. I got it off of the Amazon internet shopping service, so it's Adagio. I've not tried any of their range of teas, but they have, just kind of like the other online services, they've got just a lot of bulk tea you can buy from Japan and China. So I've been happy with it. It's got a little bit of a design on the bottom. Maybe I'll do a thorough review of it later. This probably serves as the review though. So kind of a music note, which I really like. But not exactly a music note. So it's a stylish choice they made. And it really works for me. It's inexpensive. A couple more nugs. And, well, why not just a couple more? We want to make sure that we're very alert. One thing I like about it, I don't know if this is the facts, but you can see that the thinnest portion of the handle is near the top, and traditionally that would be on the bottom. So maybe it was a sly maneuver on the potter's part to flip them over. Kind of maybe an anti-establishment cog in the Chinese tea pottery vessel makers world. So that makes me like it even more. Even if it was designed that way, I still like that. It's just it's a robust little piece, and I like it. It does have the complete seal, So when the lid is on and there's not a little bit of tea kind of blocking, or sorry, creating space, it does create an airtight seal if it's not got a little hunk of tea in there. So you can block it off and flip it, and the tea will stay inside, held in by the power of physics. What I'm going to do now is get my water going. So once it reaches a rolling boil in the Sunbeam Hot Shot, we're going to start the tasting proper. Well, our water has reached that rolling boil, so it's time. Let's see, where did my teapot go? Oh, it's gotten itself posted up right here on top of the box. So it's already ready. I tend to like to get splashy with it. And if I ever had a tea table proper, I would definitely get very splashy with it. So this countertop has seen a lot. Of errant tea. So there we go. Yeah. Yes. Oh, now we just wait. For the purposes of this video, how about a special oh yeah. I'll swab this up later. Oh man. That is something else. Ooh. Yes. Just can't resist. Even though it means a little bit of extra cleanup. I should probably get a little tray maybe. That would let me be as freewheeling as I want and still make for easy cleanup. And as always, I'm going to enjoy my cuppa out of the May Your Day Be Filled with Happiness mug. And it's this one doesn't see the sponge too often because I don't really use cream or any type of adulterants when I'm having coffee or tea, so I found that it's just kind of got that cast iron sort of seasoning effect. This is my companion cup, really. There are a number of other ones that I could choose, but I like its petite size. I love these bunny rabbits. I love rodents of all kinds, most especially squirrels, rabbits, rats. And when I was very young, I had 2 ducks. They came from the Easter salesman, probably in a dirty parking lot at a Walmart. And then my sister had a tiny little pond. She wound up getting those ducks after they had grown to full ducks and weren't cute ducklings anymore. But I wish I had a rabbit. I would let it run around and it would be my bestie. But I'll stick with the cat that I've got. So I do get to enjoy this little parade of rabbits, though. And let's remind ourselves what the back says. May your day be bright and beautiful, YouTube. A sense of tagline or a closing statement materializing, at least for the T-vids. Okay. Alright, Gilgamesh. We can't build a house forever. It's extremely hot on the thumb pad. that is dense. I can't wait. I know the camera doesn't pick it up, but I love that deep copper color. Copper to black. Just like ink or oil. I think this one will be strong enough. Okay. I've retreated to my study to conclude the review. The usual murkiness in the nose. I've been wanting to get a hold of some more conventional teas like orange pico and just probably a good order is in order for me to get my hands on a variety of different teas that are not Puer tea. And I've had my eye on some tea at an Indian market that I sometimes am near to, and it's just some regular old commercial import grade, like just processed sort of, I guess, British style black tea. But I know how very powerful that can be on the nose. And even though I brewed this quite strong, it's still kind of light in its assault on my nostrils. So I can feel it moving down through the channels and warming my body. It doesn't have too much of that slipperiness, so I think that its fermentation level is not super high. It's a magical thing, the way that those various microbes and molds, I guess, make their way into the tea leaves during that process of fermentation. And I've seen some pictures online of tea factories where just mountains of tea are sitting in a domicile. So it's kind of just like a regular home, kind of with a non-carpeted floor, and then this guy was in there with his broom or his whatever he was using to sort of get the tea into a mound. I'm sure it's probably more strictly industrial at the Menghai plant. But in my imaginings, it's just sort of a great synthesis between the workings of nature and humans. I'm still completely head over heels when it comes to the mystique of this tea. And this one in particular, I think that I probably like yellow rime and purple rime, which I got about a year ago, a little more. It's kind of hard to really put it into words. You can take some of the thick tannin feel, the mouth feel of like maybe Tetley or something, or if you got loose leaf tea, even from a huge manufacturer like Lipton, or probably maybe in your best bet would be getting like orange pico and loose leaf variety, and brew it up. Be careful not to brew that super strong, but brew it up into a hearty cup. You would get a little bit of that tannin-y feel. So this is way more subtle. That astringent sort of a quality. And here it's balanced against a wateriness instead of that oiliness that I kind of prefer in a Puer tea. Some of them are oil slicks, and maybe if I research it a little more, I'll find out the exact workings of the just the mulching process, and maybe as I grow more into the tea manufacturing industry and learn a little bit more about the giant companies that produce tea, I'll find one that I really like that's that perfect symmetry. But overall, the quality of Menghai is really good, and in my limited experience, it's my favorite. I mean, it's my go-to tea because really I don't have a great store of tea, but it's one that is good to stock up on. It's affordable. It's presented beautifully. It's I would say expertly processed, and it gives me a good sensation and a happy feeling. But as far as the taste profile, I don't really have too many details. Other than a low oiliness, I would say a low to medium astringency, not a lot of body. Overall, a great supplement to my evening tonight, and a real accent to my endeavors this evening. And I hope you are endeavoring to work on some projects and do the act of creation. And if you are doing that, hopefully one of your companions is fine tea.